I am Gemma Holmes, the peer coach, and I work with overwhelmed and underconfident leaders and business owners who are frankly done with self-doubt getting in the way of them making a real impact. And so I work with them over 12 weeks to develop career confidence, level-headed leadership, and mindset mastery.
Oh, that was fabulous. Amazing introduction. So,
It helps when I've worked with you guys for 5 months.
Well, there we go. So I was just going to say, let's just cast our mind back, take a trip down memory lane and think about where you were in your business before you joined the social cactus world.
I was in a place where I always loved what I do and I love the one-to-one work with clients, but I was really struggling with the business building side of things because it's just something you're never trained in. And I think when I first trained as a therapist and as a coach, I genuinely thought I could be employed in this sort of work. It hadn't even crossed my mind that I needed to run a business to be able to do it. And I muddled through for years doing my best. I think it didn't help that I had a 15-year career in marketing. So I kind of fooled myself into believing that I knew enough about business building through that. Turns out very different when it's your own business.
Same.
And I think I was just getting to the point where I felt really torn because I just feel so passionate about the work I do, and the results have always been wonderful because I really believe in the method, but it just felt too hard. And I just was getting to the point where I thought, can I keep doing this? Can I keep giving so much of myself and it not consistently feeling like I was in flow and feeling like the business was working? And so I'd kind of said to myself, look, you've got this year, Gemma. I'd come back from maternity leave and I was like, right, you need to make this happen now. This has to work. And if nothing changes, nothing will change. So I was more open-minded than ever before to invest in myself, invest in my business. And I needed help because I didn't want to stop doing what I was doing, but it just felt too hard.
What was it for you that made you think, this is the right program for me? Like, I really want to join Launch to Freedom. Like, I believe this is the next step for me.
I think I knew that I didn't want another quick fix. I'd had business mentors before. I'd done various different trainings on different things, and none of them had really made the difference that I needed. And I think it was a coach that I really respected who referenced on her Instagram that she'd worked with you, that I was like, oh, I need to check out what you guys are doing. And it was a combination, I think, of the energy of you and Chris in that event was amazing. The amount of value you gave in a free experience made me think, well, if that's the free experience, my God, what could you do inside a 6-month paid experience with you? And it was the very holistic nature of the program that really appealed. I loved that you had regular sessions. I'm still employed. I work for a charity half of the week, and I was thinking, how am I going to make it work? I loved that you had 3 opportunities to meet you guys each week, that you had the specialists in the different areas, that there was a self-study element to it. That appealed to me, so I could draw on that as and when I wanted and needed to. And it just felt like there was the structure and the framework and the accountability that I needed to really make a difference. And I think the thing that made me finally kind of make the decision was when Chris said, well, what would happen if you didn't do this? And that for me was really like, yeah, if I don't do this, I'll probably be in the same place in a year's time. And I'd be gutted to not be able to support people doing my therapy and coaching because I found the business stuff too hard. So that was like, I can't serve people in the way I want to if I don't get this sorted.
Yeah. What for you is the best part of Launch to Freedom? Because like you've said, there's so many elements to it. It's a very holistic program.
It's almost the bit that I didn't think it would be for me. The amount of foundation building work that's built into the program, I kind of, again, slap myself on the wrist now, was a bit like, I know who my dream clients are and I know how to position it, and I've got a background in comms, so we'll get through those modules quickly. And the reality was those made probably the biggest difference to me. Like, I feel now almost like there's this magnetic energy that I am attracting the people into my world that I always dreamt of. in a weird way, almost like the application forms they're filling in are pretty much word for word what I put in my workbooks in the early modules with you guys. And I think that getting real laser focus on made such a huge difference to everything else afterwards, having the impact that it had. So I really thought it would be the kind of business strategy, funnels type stuff, which has been amazing. But I think without doing the real foundation stuff first, that wouldn't have had the same impact.
Yeah.
And then I have to say, all of the automation stuff has been brilliant, because I'd never automated anything in my life before, and having Darren's magic to work out how to just, as they make the business stuff just easier, so that you can focus on what your superpowers and special skills are, and let the other stuff kind of sort itself out. So yeah, the combination of that's been wonderful.
What are some of the standout things that you're really proud of that you've achieved inside this program so far? It's not over yet.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think I ran a masterclass, a Calm the Critic masterclass. That was such an exciting evening to have that many people say, I want to come and I want to hear what you have to say. And the feedback and the engagement with that was amazing. So that was a real highlight, having that my first sort of big online launch event that felt really good. So that was a really exciting moment. And the conversations I've been having with people throughout the journey, really, but particularly recently, have just been so, I feel like I'm in flow with my business more than ever before. And so the conversations are so exciting because they're people I know I can help. I've got 3 amazing ladies already in my new program. So to just have that, the momentum has been the most, amazing part of it all, really.
And you've been invited to do like speaking events. You did one this week as well, didn't you? Which is fantastic.
Yes, and I think that's been really interesting, that although a lot of the sort of marketing skills that I picked up through the program focus on online, I've been able to apply those to my local marketing as well. So that's opened up doors for local events. It feels like it's opening doors for local opportunities, online opportunities, and bigger engagements as well. So yeah, really exciting.
Yeah. So what do you think might have happened if you hadn't joined Launch to Freedom?
I think I would have been at risk of getting to the end of this year and thinking, can I keep doing this? Because it all just felt too hard. And I think I'd have run the risk of saying, okay, maybe running a business isn't for me. And that would have been heartbreaking, because I really believe in what I do, and I love nothing more than helping people with their confidence. And it would have been a real shame if the business element had meant that I had stopped helping and supporting people in that way. So yeah, it would have been a risk of, can I keep doing it? And I'd have probably continued to invest here and there in little pockets of quick fixes that never actually add up to anything, and been in the same place 12 months later.
Yeah. And what would you say to someone who's potentially thinking about joining, or they're on the fence, but they're just a little bit hesitant? Maybe the investment feels quite scary. What would you say to someone who's considering it, but just a little bit nervous?
Do it. Push through the fear and do it anyway, I would say. It's an investment. As I said, it was the biggest investment I'd ever made. So I didn't take the decision lightly, but I think you need to be ready to put in the work. You know, you guys give so much, but you still need us to actually put in the work and do the modules and make the time. So you need to be prepared to sit and do the trainings and do the worksheets and take it seriously, because it's not a magic pill. This is a formula that can massively make a huge difference in your business if you're prepared to go all in as well. So I would say that if you have an inkling that this is what you need, do it and go wholeheartedly into it, and then that's where the main transformations happen. And what's nice is it is flexible. Although there is a lot to do, I'm employed 2.5 days a week. I'm busy seeing clients as well, so you can dip into modules here and there, do some, in times that suit you. So it's an intense program in that there is a huge amount of support, but you can choose how much and when you choose to use it.
So how would you say you feel now? Now you've got this strategy, now you've got this process, because the program's going to be ending for you next month. Oh, I'm so sad. But how do you feel you've got this process now, and you can rinse and repeat this over and over again?
I think that's what's really exciting, is that it doesn't, this is just the start almost, that I've got the skill set now and the learning and I can rewatch modules if I need to, and I'm excited. I'm already thinking about what my next event will be, and how my launches will look in the future. And so I'm just excited to keep using it and keep trying it. And I know we've got our group now that will continue to support each other. But I'll definitely be watching back through the modules and revising and as and when the time comes, dipping into the relevant pieces. But yeah, I'm excited to use it again, and you learn so much from your first launch. It's certainly not been all smooth sailing. And so doing the kind of the debrief and the what would I do differently and how can I tweak it to make it work better next time is exciting. Whereas before this, I think I'd have been like, oh, I'm going to throw in the towel. It's too hard.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, it's been absolutely incredible to support you through that whole creation phase and the launch phase. And it's actually happening right now. Like, all the work we've done has been leading to this point, which is just so awesome. Gemma, thank you so much for spending your time with me today.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me.
And I will speak to you very soon.